Hope you enjoy this pocket of
Hello everybody,
perdition.
and welcome back
It's
to
where you'll
Call of Duty
dwell for
Zombies,
the rest
where
of your
I want to
miserable
talk.
days.
I don't want to mark old testing. I want to talk about a couple things. In terms of zombies as a whole, because this is something I've wanted to bring up for a while, and I just haven't really found the time or the way of expressing it. And that generally is the whole discussion about the armor system and everything like that. We are not playing Cursed, because I know I would be playing Cursed in this topic, but I want to play Cursed after I beat an Easter egg, since that is how you technically unlock Cursed anyway. I want my reward for beating an Easter egg to be Cursed. But generally speaking, I really like how, at least in recent
Look at you,
COD Zombies games, they've made the new system feel very good. But going back to older games does still feel nice. It's just the whole way the difficulty curve is kind of... It feels very foreign now, I guess. Like, I'm used to having armor, I'm used to having, like, it be significantly more health, and obviously stuff gets harder as I go, and it's not basically fixed damage throughout the entire time, it's just more... things get more health, and you take the same amount of damage, while doing less over time, as opposed to, you eventually do hit a cap of damage, but then you eventually will at least then hit,
deserter. Zealot,
a moment of like
sovereign, purify, and flame.
You'll hit like a moment of where you've effectively hit your cap of damage, but obviously then stuff starts doing more damage to you to a point where stuff can either two-shot or one-shot you. So I think from the difficulty standpoint, I think modern zombies is harder, but I do miss a lot of the old systems that are in place in like BO3, Black Ops 2, stuff like that. Like, and that's why I am very excited to try Cursed eventually, because it's like, oh, Cursed is going to be a whole thing of like, it's old school point system, and it's harder, and stuff like that. But, one thing I definitely kind of like is that
I could watch you
the way the new
all
system
day.
works now is very
Running
different
this
in
place is a
comparison
full-time
to
job. I'll be back to check on
basically
you.
what people assume it is,
Try not to mess
right?
up the place, none.
Because on one hand, where's the box? I need... Okay. Because on one hand, I do like this system. I like a lot of it. Like, Black Ops 7 is definitely the most refined version of the modern systems that we have. I will definitely say that. But don't get me wrong, I do miss a lot of things that BO3 did. But I've said this once before, and I think it's at least going to be a very hot take for some people that hear this. I think if we got the Black Ops 3 type experiences that we got during Black Ops 3 now, even with, like, if we had the system stagnate effectively, I would definitely say that, or even then, I say if we got, like, shift the games around and Black Ops 3 is the current title type thing, I think people would say Black Ops 3 is significantly harder than a lot of modern COD. Now, don't get me wrong, I think modern COD has its difficulty. I definitely would say out of all of the modern games, basically from, I would say, Cold War to BO7, I think Cold War is definitely the easiest of the bunch, but that's still going off of the fact that BO3 is incredibly easy. Or rather, yeah, that's not in the hardest of the bunch. It's that BO3 being incredibly easy. Mind you, BO3 systems basically almost set you up to basically be like, hey, if you're using Gobblegums, you basically easy mode the game. Which I know a lot of people would say, well, yeah, it's kind of the point of Gobblegums. They want you to spend money on them. But even regardless of that, a lot of the difficulty that was in Black Ops 3 came from, like, how much they threw at you, kind of. I'm hit the box once to see what I get, and then I'll hit it again for the sake of getting the wonder weapon that I need. That'll do for this round.
I didn't even make a wish.
Shit, not fair.
Because I'm trying to do some of the challenges in my prestige so I can get the prestige higher, the brain rot level, so I can work on my knife. I should permanent unlock it, because it's weird that is the highest level fucking ammo mod. And so many things require brain rot. As well as I have a challenge as well to kill Zerza. So I want to get that. Not kill Zerza, but have Zerza kill zombies. I want to get that done. Head here, because I need the gobblegum.
If I'd wanted to get my hands dirty, I would have become a mechanic.
But, kind of looping back to what I was kind of talking about, that it is that I find modern COD to be more enjoyable, but I don't find it to be as fun at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, I don't find modern COD to be the easiest game in the world, but I do like the fact that at least it's making it so that sometimes I have to turn my brain, like, actually let my brain lock in for a minute and focus on the game, and basically not die. Black Ops 3 is very much like, it's like you are very much set up to basically for victory very early on if you know what you're doing. Like, with stuff like Shopping Spree, with stuff like Perkaholic, with the old near-death experience, self-med, like, all of those things are basically set up for you to basically have the easiest time in the world, right? Mind you, I do kind of still miss that, of how easy Black Ops 3 actually was. And I do like sometimes revisiting it, but at the same time, I'm at a point with Black Ops 3 specifically that I'm just like, I don't want to play it anymore. And it's nothing to do with the fact that the game's bad, it's nothing to do with the fact that I dislike it, it's the fact that I've always brought this up before, the community has basically made it such a talking point that BO3 is the peak of zombies, and it's been all downhill since, that every time I think about wanting to play BO3, I'm like, oh yeah, if I play BO3, then I'm basically adding to the problem. It's like, I feel nostalgic about BO3, so I play a BO3, and then I no longer feel nostalgic about it because I'm like, oh yeah, I don't actually like how this game plays now. Hey, machine gun, I will take that. I need to level this thing up anyways. I will take it.
I am whelmed.
That's my thing. I'm just whelmed. But, given that I am a firm believer of the fact that you can have fun while a game being easy and or difficult, I definitely agree that sometimes a game being difficult does add to the fun of it. Or a game being easy makes it more enjoyable because you're not sitting there basically struggling to do the basics. I know for me, I found Black Ops 7 to be very difficult. I'm obviously getting better as I play, but Black Ops 7 feels very difficult in comparison to something like BO6 or even BO3 and 4 and Cold War. It feels very difficult at times. But as I've played and leveled up and gotten more like camos and stuff done, I've found out that like it's not just me, or it's not the game, it's me. I'm washed basically. Even so though, I am still very much enjoying my experience on the game, which I think is important. As long as you enjoy your experience on the game, does it matter if it's difficult or easy? If you're having fun, that's all that matters. Like, some people actually get enjoyment out of playing really hard games. Again, there's people who play Dark Souls and Elden Ring and do challenge runs of that basically every day. There are people who do, like, play easy games like Minecraft. And they don't play on hardcore, they play on, like, easy or peaceful mode. Or there's people who just play creative mode on Minecraft. It's very much a thing of, like, modern COD isn't the problem, it's that some people want more challenge, and the games aren't giving you that challenge, and that's why you feel like the games aren't as fun. Mind you, don't get me wrong, I enjoy a good challenge every so often. I like doing challenge runs of different games occasionally, or like I've pitched ideas doing challenge runs to other people and then they basically don't like the idea because like, oh, the game's too easy. It's like, I'm offering you a challenge to make it harder. Like, do you want the game to just be intrinsically nearly impossible? Ooh. No, because I need to get, I need to get this, first of all. And I need to get, I just have a challenge to get, headshots, or, like, stunner kills with,
surprise me
pistols.
in a good way.
Mark II. I was hoping for the normal ray gun, but I'll take Mark II.
There are far more than 7 wonders in the world.
That's fine, though. And I'll pop that in a moment. But, like, that's the main thing I kind of want to bring up, though, is, like, it's not anything to do with the fact that a game is intrinsically difficult or easy, right? At least for me, I don't really care that much. Don't get me wrong, I will say I do enjoy it when a game is actually challenging me, making me, not angry, but making me, like, actually have to do something difficult. Like, again, I've done all of the Easter eggs with the exception of Shattered Veil and Reckoning on Directed, and even on Directed mode, I did take a down on one of the 2 maps. And even then, I did Terminus in public, and I did take it down. But I did Terminus solo, and I took 2 downs in the boss fight, and I was thankful that I did the first down was in second phase, basically in between phases, in between phase 2 and 3, and the third down was basically because I got knocked out of the cover from the wipe, and got wiped. But thankfully, the first down I took, I saved all my perks. The second one I unfortunately didn't, but then I beat the boss fight after that. But then you look at something like Liberty Falls, and like, oh yeah, Liberty Falls is very easy. It's like, yes, that's deliberate. But then people are talking about how this map's Easter egg is insanely difficult, and then when it got nerfed into the ground, apparently, it's now too easy. And I'm like, here's the thing though, there needs to be a line you need to make here. You need to make it at least approachable for people who aren't able to play the game day in, day out, basically like it's a job. But then you also need to make sure that it's playable for those who... You also need to make sure it's still difficult for those who want it. That's what Curse is supposed to do. Curse is supposed to make it more difficult intrinsically because of the fact that it's more difficult. Like, you can set up, basically add restrictions to yourself. Obviously, we're going to be getting more in DLC 1, or Season 1. And I'm very much a firm believer of the fact that I think, personally, having a game be difficult for the sake of being just because it's tedious or, like, get just difficult isn't necessarily fun. Having difficulty because you put it upon yourself is more fun. Like, I think of a good example is the gauntlets in Black Ops 4. Like, Unsinkable Hard Mode was, like, just not even fun difficult. It was just annoying difficult. But in, like, something like this, I would say the difficulty comes more from... I also just realized I went all the way back to spawn to get... Why did I do it? But, like, the idea of the fact that Black Ops 7 has to be, like, impossibly difficult outside of Curse, I think is definitely a kind of bad faith argument. If only because you just want the game to be hard because you want everyone else to basically... You want everyone else to have it be a difficult time. Here's the thing, though, the way I see it, right? And it's gonna sound a little bit elitist in a way. I would rather the game be approachable, but difficult in the approachable and playable for those who don't want to do main quest, but then those who go into main quest, it gets harder as it goes. I think of something like BO4, right? Where something, well, not necessarily BO4 specifically, but I think of stuff like Alpha Omega, for example. I know it's not a fan favorite map, but it's one of my favorites anyway. Alpha Omega's Easter egg is fairly easy, but as it progresses, there are steps that get kind of tedious and decently hard. But then you look at something like Black Ops 6, and it's like, the easiest Easter egg I'd say on that game that isn't Liberty Falls is the Tomb, and the hardest part of the Easter egg is the boss fight itself. So, like, something like that, where the progression is either fairly simplistic or easy, and then gets insanely difficult afterwards, I'd say is more fun. Or alternatively, I'm glad that Tessie just auto-flipped, by the way. I'm so happy. But then, example of, like, something like Shattered Veil, where it's decently difficult all throughout, but the difficulty comes from what you're doing, not necessarily the map just being hard, you know? So, a good example of what I would say would be a good idea would be, obviously I've done the Easter egg at all, I'll basically show you what I found in terms of Easter egg related stuff that at least I assume it's tied to main Easter egg.
If only I had some
actually, unfortunately, I am a little upset that one of them I won't be able to get as a reaction for the main, because I'm actually doing the Easter quest video differently. I'm actually going to be doing it the entire quest and have the highlights and reactions of certain moments that happen. Similar to like an old Mauer to Totem video that I did when back with a little friend of mine.
Throwing incendiary.
But basically have it be like doing the main Easter egg quest and having it be almost like semi-funny moments that happen and just moments throughout the quest that happen that I found interesting, as well as just reactions and things, because I've been told there's like a mid-game cutscene and stuff like that, and there's Easter egg involving Dempsey that I should do. Which is why I'm playing as the I think people have called them the Tempest crew. But also I need to grab that intel. I've been meaning to grab it. I don't have all the intel, so I have a couple of them. Center's cooling down. What do you mean it's cooling down? It's a rope! It's a rope! The fuck do you mean it's cooling down? I don't want to... do I want to grab that? Not really. My ass is still cooling down, apparently. But, like, generally speaking, I like difficulty when it actually makes sense, and it's not, like, difficulty for the sake of tedium.
Using concussion.
Like, difficulty when it's actually, like, challenging me to do something, I think is fun. Difficulty when it's just like, hey, we're gonna throw everything in the kitchen sink at you. Good luck! It's like, no, that's not fun. That's just annoying. Off we go. Yes, this is the one thing I found that I assume is main Easter egg quest related. This is Klaus from Cold War, from Mauer, oddly enough. And it was very off-putting to kind of find him here. It's like, Klaus? Which I did enjoy. I did enjoy that. I don't know how to free him, though. Let me fix this, and I'll talk a little bit more. And, like, again, like, the difficulty of COD coming from tedium, or just, or rather, just, like, generally just throwing everything in the kitchen sink at you, and tedium isn't necessarily a thing I enjoy. I enjoy when the game is throwing everything in the kitchen sink at you, and you have the power to fight back more so than you would normally, but there's a very big margin of error that you can do to fuck yourself over. I think a good example of it is BO4. Now, I talk about BO4 a lot. There's a good reason for it. It's because it is my favorite COD Zombies game, because not only does it have my favorite map of all time in it, I've definitely probably had the most time played synced into Black Ops 4 as a whole, as well as just generally speaking, zombies. Reminder, I've done level 1000 and fresh start on that game twice. But, like, I find something like 9's Easter egg decently difficult because of the fact that it's very much a perfectionist run, while something like Voyage is just annoyingly difficult, but not in a way that's like, I never want to do this Easter egg again, more or less in a way that, it's more in a way that I'm like, this is difficult. I like that this is difficult, but why is it so difficult? I think I said the planet step, just out of curiosity, if you're wondering why I think I find it difficult. The planet step is mainly the only big headache in that Easter egg, in my opinion, because the step where you have to get to the front of the boat, I don't think it's that bad. The boss fight, I do not think is anywhere near as bad as people say it is. It has a wipe mechanic, much like Drive and Truck does. So why is that one not a problem, right? That's something I don't like, is that people tend to... I don't like necessarily being mean to people like this, but people tend to have a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to how difficult is an Easter egg, and it's like based on if it has a wipe mechanic. It's like, if you're basing an Easter egg's difficulty off of the fact that it has a wipe mechanic, then why the hell is to people's most common favorite Easter egg Drive Truck? That has a wipe mechanic. That has an instant kill mechanic, actually. Because if you don't get behind cover, you will insta-die. Similarly, if you don't destroy the Eye of Odin fast enough, or deal enough damage to it, you will instantly wipe. It doesn't matter where you are, you just insta-wipe. Terminus, if you don't get behind cover, you insta-die.
The treatment is complete!
Like, I definitely will say, I will agree, I think having an insta-down, or like, wipe mechanic, quote-unquote, I think I use wipe mechanic as Destiny, obviously. I definitely think it is a bit cheap, and it is not as fun, but that is kind of adds the difficulty of it, because, like, hey, you have this wipe mechanic that's designed to make you be like, hey, you need to focus on doing something specific. And it will take away from having to shoot the boss, or in some cases, it will make you shoot the boss, in the sense of Eye of Odin. But then in the Eye of Odin fight, you got to think of it this way: if you're shooting the boss to try and damage the boss so you don't wipe, you then have the issue of you then have to worry about not dying to the zombies surrounding you and killing you very quickly. So it's like, I think difficulty being part of stuff like that, I think is fine. For me, again, it's more or less when you get into the brain or like mindset of difficulty because it's just hard. So example would be, again, Unsinkable Hard Mode Gauntlet. Or something like, I'm trying to think of another good example off the top of my head. I also just keep remembering I want to go to
Using Molotov.
Blackwater, and I keep almost dying. But yeah, like, I think something being difficult in the sense of Black Ops 4's difficulty is fine, but something being difficult in like the
That exceeded my
other
extraordinarily low
variants of Black Ops 4's
expectations.
difficulty isn't. Example of what I mean by that is there's this fun little map called Blood of the Dead. I hate that map, not just because it's a worse version of Mob of the Dead. I hate that map because the Easter egg is so boring and just hard to do that every time I think about, oh, do you want to play Blood? I'm like, I really don't want to. Are we playing Blood to do the Easter, or are we playing Blood just to play Blood? If they say Easter egg, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm good. I would rather play Blood just to play it than to try and do the Easter egg. I will do some of the Easter eggs. I'll do, like, the Hell's Retriever and Redeemer. I'll do, like, the Magma Gat and all that. The main quest, unless I'm doing 4-player and I don't have any responsibility and I just have to exist, I don't want to do it. Because, again, I don't like Black Ops 4, or Black Ops 4's Blood of the Dead. I like Black Ops 4 overall. I just don't like Blood of the Dead. That's the only bad map on that game, and that's saying something because I don't like Classified that much either. But I at least enjoy Classified. I don't enjoy Blood.
Energy expended 0.
But yeah, I guess I'm gonna kind of leave it at that because I really have nothing else I really want to talk about. Just generally, I find modern zombies difficulty to be in a lot better spot than something like other zombies games we've had. But I definitely will say that I understand where a lot of people are coming from, where sometimes they feel it is too easy. But then I'm like, if you find this game easy, what would you find difficult then? You know, that's kind of the question I want to impose on people. Because for me, I've always said that I found Black Ops 3 to be too easy. Like, going back, it is too easy. At the time, I could definitely say, yeah, Black Ops 3 is kind of difficult. But at the time, or like now, going back, I'd say Black Ops 3 is easy once I kind of get a little bit of, like, a match of Tino under my skin to kind of get back into the swing of that system. Like, because I'm too used to this one. But, like, even then, it's very much a thing where I'm like, hey, I don't mind actually playing BO3 because BO3 is still a fun game. I just don't like how the community holds it on such a pedestal. I just always want to need to reiterate that, is that I don't hate Black Ops 3, I hate how the community holds it on a pedestal. But yeah, that being said, I'm going to end the video here, because I got really nothing much else to talk about, and I just want to make sure I at least had a video up for Thursday, because I don't have a day off until Thursday. I want to make sure I was ahead of videos. So, yeah, thanks for watching. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, be sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm hoping to have the main quest video up before Season 1, but I also need to attempt the Easter egg. I haven't even attempted it yet. So there's that, and also I'm going to do a little bit of this. Hold on. Let me get that shot. But yeah, that being said, I'll see you guys next video. Watch for me. Everybody, stay safe, and I'm going to try not to die now.
Didn't corrode the can.
Yeah, see you guys next time.